Our top story this hour, Iranian state media is reporting that an explosion has occurred at an 8-story building in the city of Bandar Abbas on the Gulf Coast. Those reports saying the cause is unknown, but the blast is being investigated. However, rumors on social media say the Revolutionary Guard's Navy commander may have been the target, a claim that the country's semi-official news agency says is completely false. For more on this, I'm joined by our international affairs editor, Ketevan Gorgistani. Great to see you. So, what do we know at this point about these explosions?
Well, we know very little, and most of what we know is coming from Iran's state media. What we know right now, according to Iran's state media, is that there were two separate explosions in two different cities in Iran. The first one is the one that you mentioned in Bandar Abbas, which is a port city. And it is a strategic location because it's located on the Strait of Hormuz. So it makes it a very important town. You said it, an 8-story building. Apparently, 2 floors of that 8-story building were completely destroyed in that explosion. 1 killed, according to Iran's state media, at least a dozen more injured, but no cause for that explosion, at least for now. And that important fact of Iran's Revolutionary Guard Corps having to come out and deny these swirling rumors that their naval commander had been killed and targeted in that explosion in Bandar Abbas. That is the extent of what we know so far about this explosion. Then there is a second explosion, this time in Ahvaz, which is a city that is inland but close to the border with Iraq at the top of the Persian Gulf. In this case, state media is saying that 4 people were killed in the explosion that was also at a residential building. But this time, state media does reference the fact that they call it a gas explosion, which they don't say about the explosion in Bandar Abbas. So far, as I said, that's the only information that we have, and it is mostly coming from Iran's state media. The only information that we have gotten as to who or what could be involved in these explosions is from the Reuters news agency that says that 2 Israeli officials have told them that Israel has not been involved in any of what is going on in Iran right now.
Now, Ketevan, the explosions here are coming in a rather tense context, aren't they? Because Donald Trump is building up forces in the region, and he's repeated his threats to strike Iran.
Yes, and that is why you're seeing, of course, the Israelis coming out and saying this was not us, because, of course, the reason why we're so focused on these reports of explosions in Iran is that for the past 2-3 weeks, you have the United States saying we could strike Iran at any point. And Donald Trump repeated it as late as yesterday that this was still a possibility. And so that is why everyone is sort of on the edge right now, trying to see whether this is just an explosion or something bigger. Donald Trump insisted that this armada of U.S. forces has arrived in the region. There is an aircraft carrier strike group that is in the region, that is present there. Donald Trump, according to all reports and himself actually is still weighing his options, but one of the options still on the table is to strike Iran, to strike possibly Iran's security forces in one way or another, because the United States wants to push Iran to the negotiating table, especially about its nuclear program, but also about its ballistic missile program. And Donald Trump yesterday said that the Iranians want to make a deal, but he said if we don't make a deal, we'll see what happens. Very vague there from the U.S. president, but the fact is that everyone says he hasn't made the decision, and the strikes are still very much an option. The reason why you're seeing this pause and this questioning about what to do next when it comes to Iran is that Donald Trump has been building up those threats against the Iranian, but at the same time, you're seeing allies in the region say, look, this could make things worse in the region if you strike, but others are saying, well, you've been threatening for 3 weeks. You need to do something, otherwise you're going to look weak.